Hey, Deadpool's the movie we watched.
You recording now, Mason?
Yeah, you can talk all you want about. Oh God, oh, don't fart in the mic now.
What do you think of that? That's what I thought about Deadpool.
Okay, so Deadpool is like a movie about the Day of the Dead. All right, so it's this Mexican. It's like a holiday. It's like a. You know what a fiesta is? Imagine that, except there's not a
A
ton of
cat?
food. Yeah, imagine Anthony's cat, except it hadn't eaten a lot, so it's dead.
Thought Day of the Dead was like actually a huge fucking festival.
Yeah, it is. For like 3 days. Or maybe it's just one day and the other is just like cleaning up.
Cleaning up the dead bodies. Which, speaking of, there was a lot of that in Deadpool, was there not?
Yeah. So I want to do a spoiler free thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
one dies in it.
No, no,
Yep,
no,
no one
no,
dies.
no, nice. Mm-mm. Okay.
No,
So,
there was something I was thinking about. I don't know if you'd really consider it a plot hole, but the whole way through the movie, all I could think of, like, one of the whole scenes, there's like this super long fight, and then another one, there's this giant explosion and super long fight, and no first responders apparently live in any of that universe.
Yeah, because they
Like,
got
there were no cop
vigilantes.
cars, no ambulances, no fire trucks, nothing.
I
No
ain't
first
going
responders.
to no explosion.
Yeah. It was like, oh, there's this huge thing that happened and hundreds of people are dying, but
dude, it's because it was so fast.
it's not fast. But to be fair, it was Canadian. Deadpool was, so yeah, I'm pretty upset about that.
Was he even Canadian in that movie? I don't
I
think he
don't think they
was.
reference him being Canadian in the movie.
Canadian.
Canadian.
Whoa, why'd you put a hard consonant on that?
I can put hard cons whatever I want.
Can you put it in me? You put your hard C in me?
So we went to go see Deadpool.
Oh God, do you want to tell him about that fucking bitch?
Oh my God, you can go ahead.
Okay,
You tell
so
him all
of
about
course, being the dumbasses that we are, we're looking up open domain names that are like stupid, like shitinmymouth.biz and whatnot.
it.
And so this lady, and I wasn't thinking at the time. There was a kid, probably 12 or so, sitting a couple chairs down from me, and she leans over after I said like "fuck me dot uk" or something like that, and she leans over and says, excuse me, but I have a young one here. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. And so I turned to Mason, and he's like, what happened? And I was like, oh, she's like, there's a kid here. And he goes, she knows what this movie is, right?
And then I think for a second, and then I really loudly go, man, I can't wait to watch this rated R movie with lots of swearing in it.
And brutality.
Yeah, and a bunch of gore. And yeah, so I think she was just getting fed up with the shit in my mouth dot pictures
We were
or
saying
dot
pretty much the
photography.
same joke for like 10 minutes. I think she just got annoyed.
Yeah, that was probably it. But hey, man, that's all right. That's her fucking problem. There were so many kids there, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you noticed on the way out, the amount of parents that brought their like children to see this movie was insane. And I'm not talking like 13, 14-year-old children that are like, oh man, this is fucking cool.
No, it's like so
I'm
young
talking
that it's like maybe it doesn't affect them. Maybe they don't understand it.
like I would go to jail if I fucked them young.
I mean, the other would apply as well.
What?
Yeah, but
But I go
they
to
know how to
super
shut their
jail.
whore mouths.
Super Jail's pretty cool. Let's talk about Super Jail.
All right, this is a super jail thread now. No, what do you guys think of the movie, though?
Okay, so honestly, I can't think of anything I didn't like about the movie. I mean, I feel
Same.
weird saying it's a 10 out of 10, but I can't think of anything. Like, I guess a 9
It
out
was
of
a
10.
very fun movie.
Yeah,
I think-
I was worried the
I honest-
humor would ruin the movie for me.
But it really didn't.
No, not at all.
To it. The only thing that I think though is they spent a good quarter of the movie on the backstory, or not quarter, a good like half of the movie on the backstory. And I'm not saying that's bad. Like I enjoyed the backstory and everything, but I almost feel like they spent too much time on the backstory.
I'm glad. I honestly would have expected them to do more. I think that they.
Mhm.
I'm glad because like they even have like a tie-in to where Deadpool like acknowledges that they can finally get on with the movie,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool because I was like, wow, if this was another movie, I feel like they could have dragged it out needlessly.
Yeah, it was a good
because it wasn't just like you have the backstory, and then you have like the climax of it. There was still stuff that went on after. Like you
Yeah.
said, it was only like the halfway point or whatever. I mean, none of us timed it. We don't know exactly where it was, but like it wasn't just like the climax built up, and then after the backstory is like, okay, boom, he has to do one thing. One thing is going to happen. It's like there was actually some more plot that went on.
I think they did a good job of like, because a few times he'd turn to the camera and say something, and normally in a movie that would be like like an immersion breaker, like something that would make me like
A deadly sin,
realize I'm watching a movie and be like, oh, this is stupid.
like
But I think they
3D.
did yes, like whenever they do that shit in 3D movies where like
Yeah.
someone reaches out into the
Whoa!
audience. Yeah, like one of those. But I think how they did it, because every time he said it, it was pretty much a joke. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, this whole movie was a joke. I hated it. I mean, wait,
Oh, I didn't know
liked
this whole
it.
movie was pretty much Mark's love life.
New thread, Mark's love life.
All right.
No, wait, go back
Where
to
we
Deadpool.
starting?
Do you want to talk about the girl from
Oh my God, stop! Edit this
No,
out.
this is,
All
this
right,
is Deadpool.
so
It's not a
Deadpool.
fucking.
the girl from Deadpool, huh?
It's just pretty hot.
The fuck me eyes girl.
Yeah.
What-
Blind Al
The blind fuck me eyes girl. What do you think about it, Mark?
was good. Everything I expected it to be.
Yeah, that was probably the worst review I've ever heard.
Yep, short and sweet and stupid. Triple X.
Just like the movie, except it was
What do you
kind
want
of
me to
long.
talk about that's not spoily or...
Okay,
or-
so for example, I'll lead. Whenever I went into the movie, my expectations were that it would be alright. I mean, people have been saying that they'd like it, but with me in the past with superhero movies, I felt like humor had kind of almost to ruin them or made me feel annoyed with the movie. Like the Avengers, for example, I feel like some of the humor in that was detrimental to the plot. Like the Hulk just like randomly punching somebody or like just doing something stupid.
Spoilers!
Okay, that movie's pretty old. Like
Well, you ruined it, so I'm not gonna ever watch it.
people thought it was okay to spoil Star Wars after a few weeks.
Yeah, it's because people are asshats.
If I can't talk about the Avengers
I
now,
still haven't seen it.
Star Wars spoilers right here. The Star Wars or the Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Or
seen Star Wars.
Han Solo dying.
What?
Edit this out.
All right. Bye, guys.
But you've seen like the picture of Kylo Ren as being the son of Han Solo and
What?
End of Star
Anyways,
Wars spoilers. Back to Deadpool.
No, yeah, because I don't have a lot of information on Deadpool. Like, I've never really kept up.
I don't
with
think most
any-
people do.
Yeah,
yeah, that's why they did the origin like pretty fast.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it wouldn't be fan service.
Yeah.
There'd be no point to show it off, like, or no point to like go super like, wow, we gotta hit it right on the head, like everyone's dying for it to be.
Oh,
Super
there's his
true.
best friend Worm. Oh, there's Weasel who makes his inventions later on. He's
Yeah,
apparently like a
because
genius.
like with Superman in the newer movies, they basically do like a 10-minute background where it shows him on his home planet and his parents shipping him away, because everyone basically knows that story.
yeah.
And whereas like here they did the entire backstory.
And I don't feel like the backstory was bad.
No,
Which was
I
really
definitely
nice.
enjoyed it.
Whereas, like, whenever you
And they
know the
managed-
story, like, whenever you have a reboot, like Spider-Man, you're just like, okay, get to it.
Yeah, Uncle Ben, spiders.
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
Spider-Man spoiler.
How many times does Uncle Ben have to die before I can actually get into this?
What about
Not enough.
Batman's parents?
Yeah, how many times do I have to? Actually, with the last Batman, I like the backstory. It wasn't all like.
His parents died in a well or something.
It wasn't
What?
all just like, oh,
That's
they're
not
gonna
what
get
happened
shot at
in
a
any of
movie
them.
theater.
I remember Bruce Wayne was in a well and his parents died, so I'm just gonna put those together.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne had to go get
Whoa.
that dog to get him
Batman
out
spoilers.
of the whale. He got trapped inside of a whale. He went to the ocean.
Like Joan of Arc.
Yeah, it's just like Joan of Arc, the whale commander.
Oh, anyways, but so I think they added like, so the backstory, which we were talking about, I think was really nice, and I really liked how they added the comedy into it, because like all backstories I've ever seen have been like strictly like for your information and like strictly
This is his motivation. This is
yeah,
sad.
just like motivation and whatnot. But like I think instead of just doing that, they really added to his character because like he was still constantly making jokes through the entire backstory.
Yeah, it's not like
It's
there
and
was
that he
like
was the
this
same like
huge
up top.
tragic thing that like it wasn't like a my parents are dead and now I'm sad.
Yeah,
Now I like bats.
I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
that's what
think his
happened.
parents
The
died,
bats
and he
took
got
him
bit
in
by a
and
spider and
let him live
wanted
in
to
their
take
cave.
pictures at the Daily Planet.
Yeah, and then Captain Planet can't. Where are we
Whoa,
going
dude,
with
Captain
this?
Planet spoilers.
I liked how the trailers, like before it was like out rolling, like they switched it up from the trailers. Like if you watch the trailers hundreds of times, it's like really similar, but they've
Oh
like
yeah, they
changed
had
some
some of
parts.
the clips different.
Yeah,
They had some alternate clips, so it's like you still had a joke there, but it wasn't completely like you know how some of the movie like there's some bad movies that's like they show all their jokes in the trailer.
yeah.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
you would never have that issue because some of the jokes are changed around.
yeah.
I really love the editing for this. For I'll be really vague. The opening scene has really nice editing. The way it shows off everything.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Like the editing was really nice like throughout the entire movie, but there were
Yeah.
specific parts in which you could tell that like the way that they portrayed a scene wasn't just a conventional like showing actors doing something like a
Oh
movie would
yeah,
be.
and the action scenes were really nicely done.
Yeah, the action scenes were really nice.
Like the beginning, the opening, like you were talking about. I remember they did a really good job with the like using immersion breakers with the magazines. They like added in jokes about the real world, like planet Earth, and then put them into that the Deadpool universe.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really funny, and I didn't find that that kind of ruined the movie because like if that were to be in like I don't know a Superman movie, I'd be kind of like okay that's
Oh yeah,
stupid.
there's a lot of fourth wall kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he talked about Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
yeah. Ryan Reynolds talked about Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking
So that
good.
was pretty funny. Yeah, the fourth wall break. I didn't feel like there was anything that felt like it was too much, really. Like
I
I
thought from like the trailer they were gonna go on like 5 more minutes with like, oh, your face is like poop doo doo. Had sex with poop.
ew.
They did
Like
a
you
really
know,
good job with the gore, I think, because you were talking about them not going too far, and like most, like if there's a movie with gore, most of the time they just like go straight out. It's supposed to gross you out. There's gore, there's
Yeah, it
blood,
wasn't like
flesh, everything.
slasher like
Yeah,
crazy. It was like
every
just it was enough to show that damage was done, but it wasn't like ridiculous.
yeah, and they added like comedic effect to all of it too.
Yeah, it was very like video game esque. Like
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
like Fallout, for example, Fallout like has violence, but then it has the tones of humor thrown into it. Like for example, launching trash at someone to hit them and having
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
like dismemberment, like
Fallout
having
spoilers.
crazy stuff. Shut up! I don't want this to be a running joke. Yeah, there. I mean, I'm sure there were a few jokes that were like hit or miss, but I felt for the
Yeah.
most part that it was like there weren't any jokes that I was just like, oh, did they really say that? It was just like, oh, okay, I can understand that being funny if I didn't like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are actually a ton of
Oh,
jokes in the movie.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
That-
it. I'd say that the main thing going for it were the jokes.
Like every time I thought that oh it's starting to get a little bit serious or oh it's starting to get a bit ushy gushy or actiony, they'd add in like something fucking retarded in there.
Yeah,
It'd be like I don't want to spoil anything, but I remember at one point in the movie things were getting like kind of like serious, and then oh god, I can't ruin it. Fuck. But they did a really good job with like building up the suspense and making it like a really serious scene, and then just like completely ruining the scene, but like ruining it in a good way. They did a good job all around with the comedy. Definitely one of the best comedies I've seen, and with it having the action in it, I think that like upped it even more. Just because you don't see movies like that, like so many movies now are cut and paste with they're strictly action or comedies with Melissa McCarthy being fat or something like that. But this movie was like a good refresher on just kind of a first, not really a first of its kind, but it's a branch off from what movies normally are, and I really
I
like
felt
that.
like it like made fun of some superhero stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
feel
which
like if
is
I watched this movie and I like had it stuck in my head, like if I watched it another time or two, and then I watched an older superhero movie, that I'd be like, wow, that's weird that they do that, or like yeah, I'd view it differently.
you got anything to add to this, Mark?
No, mostly spoilers and what I've read from the comics.
You've kind of been just giving us the fuck me eyes this whole time and not really saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do like a disclaimer and do like a anti-spoiler section now, or a spoiler
A
section?
spoiler filled section.
Yeah. Or like, because everything we've done up to now is no spoilers. But
Okay.
do you want to?
The spoiler free zone is approaching the end. If you want to get off at your stop, feel free to go ahead. The doors are opening.
Yep. No brakes on the rape train after this. Cuckoo,
So, we're going to be moving into the spoilers now. Sorry about the Star Wars one. Hopefully, I edit that to where I have the disclaimer. Um, yeah, here you
Wait.
go. Spoilers.
All right. So, Mark, you said you had some spoiler stuff. So,
Yeah, talk about the movie.
feel free to spoil whatever.
All right.
Well, we threw the ball to base. He took it in the
He
chest.
gave us the fuck me in the ass eyes, and he fucked us in the ass.
So that's the end of the spoiler-filled zone. I hope you liked it. Unfortunately, there won't be any spoilers because apparently it doesn't help with Mark's points at all.
Nope.
Okay. So final review of the movie. You don't have to give a numbers. I felt that there was nothing wrong with the movie.
8 out of 10.
Oh my god. There was nothing that I personally felt that I could do to make the movie better if I had the opportunity. I mean, there wasn't anything that stood out to me. There's just like, ew, I don't like that or this. I'm sure there's some like nothing can be perfect. Obviously, I'm sure there's something that someone could do to improve upon it. But there was nothing that bothered me in the movie. I'm not gonna say 10 out of 10, but I mean, I'll say that yeah, there's nothing
You'll say 10
that
out
I
of
could
10.
change. Yeah, nothing
Yeah,
I could change.
Yeah, I definitely really enjoyed the movie. Very, very, like I said earlier, nice relief from the standard comedies and action movies that I've been used to seeing for the past 5, 6 years. That are all pretty much cut and paste. Um, so yeah, it was a really nice like refresher, and I am very excited for the sequel.
Oh, something I want to add. During the movie, the music was so hype at some points.
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved it. It was so awesome.
Well,
I
you took
think
Mark's one point that he was gonna do.
I think they pretty much just used. I think most of the music that I can think of was in the trailers, which maybe hyped it up more because you'd seen it in the trailer and you'd seen cool scenes, and then it happens in it, and they also like play off of the music in some points as well.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. It felt like it wasn't just something tacked on to it. It was like actually
yeah.
getting you hyped for
Oh
what
yeah,
was
there
going
were
to
a few
happen.
spots where he actually like the music that was playing in the movie. He like went along with the music and
Yeah.
like actually brought it into the like acting in the movie. So that was really
All
nice.
right, Mark, your turn.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, 9 out of 10. Fun movie.
God, you
Nothing
were
serious.
fucking terrible at this. Mason, remind us never to invite Mark back to one of these.
Next time we do this, because I definitely want to do this again, I want to make an outline and watch some other people and be like, this is how people actually talk well about things like this. And then
Yeah.
we can go off of it, and it'll be better, and Mark will be able to talk more.
Yeah. Well, next time, hope to see you then. Bye.